Welcome back guys to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. Today we are going to be taking a look at the newly revealed LR and side banner unit, which is a Golden Frieza and Gogeta, a reversible exchange unit, as well as a Coat Vegeta. Let's go ahead and take a look at the animations, and then we'll take a look at their kit and do a pretty quick overview of everything else that's coming out with them, and just see what they kind of fit into the place of the meta. So with that being said, let's go. I like that Coat Vegeta art. The art is pretty nice. The animation is whatever. Cool little choreography, but doesn't really look that crazy. Ooh, the Frieza OST though. The Frieza OST is hella nice. Okay. Wow, they went crazy on the animations here. Holy shit.
Behold, this is Golden Frieza, the last thing you will ever see!
Dude, I don't remember Frieza looking this cool in the movie.
Who do you think you are?
I am Gogeta. Kakarot and Vegeta have fused together to win this. Bring it
Alright,
on!
here we go. Meteor attack, okay. Pretty nice choreography there. Solid. Then he goes Super Saiyan. The active is a little weak. The active on Gogeta is a little weak, but the rest of the animations look really, really good. Now, let's go to take a look at their kit. We have 4 pages of information to go through. Alright. Pretty high defense stat there. With the hippo potential, that should be around 15,000, and then the attack should also be around 20k. Pretty good there. There are movie bosses and movie heroes leads. The first time we've had a crossover category between movie heroes and movie bosses, so that's pretty nice. They're giving an additional 50% to transformation, gifted warriors, and human deeds. That is going to be a really good leader skill, I think. That is going to be a really, really good leader skill. Now, Frieza's base kit is he has 250 attack and defense. He gets 2 additional ki per ki sphere obtained. 70% damage reduction. Ooh, that is kind of crazy. 70% DR and then guard for 5 turns from the entry turn. Starting from the 6th turn, he has a great chance of guarding. When 4 or more extreme class allies are on the team, or when there's another movie heroes or movie bosses category ally in the same turn, he gets an additional super attack. For every attack received, he gets 150% attack. Whoa. And chance of critting 10% within the turn. That is gonna, depending on the amount of attacks in the rotation, before he's getting hit, that's gonna be nuts. Whenever guards are activated, he gets 20% defense up to 100%. When 3 or more superclass allies are in the team starting from the 3rd turn, or from the character's end turn, or starting from the 5th turn, he changes key spheres from AGL, STR, and Tech. He just changes AGL and STR to Tech key spheres, and he randomly changes physical and into Rainbow key spheres once, and he can meet up with Gogeta to perform a reversible exchange. Now, the other thing he has is his active skill, which can be activated when there's 4 or more extreme class allies on the team once only. Do it before or after the reversible exchange. And the active skill effect is ki plus 24, defense plus 400%, and directs all enemy actions. Dude, that is going to be an insane active turn. That is going to be an absolutely insane active turn. He's going to do so much damage with that. This is like Beast Gohan on fucking steroids, man. That is nuts. His super attack mechanic is greatly raising attack for 1 turn and greatly raising attack for 1 turn for both 12 and 18 ki. He does lower attack and defense on 12 key, and then on 18 key, he will greatly lower while also releasing ally attack by 50% for 1 turn. So he's also supporting as well. That is pretty nice. That is pretty nice. And then with Gogeta, once he exchanges into him, let's go ahead and take a look at that now. So Gogeta is gonna be able to perform a reversible exchange with Golden Frieza. He hits key plus 6 250, 1 additional key per key sphere obtained. He has type effective and a high chance of dodging. Whenever he gets a key sphere, he fully recovers his HP. With 3 or more superclass allies on the team, or if there's a movie heroes, movie bosses, he gets 40% DR. Kind of whatever there, to be honest. Kind of whatever there. 40% DR is nothing. Especially with the fact that he doesn't have dodging, or doesn't have damage guard. But he only has a high chance of dodging as well. Hopefully he gets a lot more later, but let's see. When attacking with 20 or more key, he has a great chance of critting and 200% attack and defense. When activating the active skill, or when his key is 24, he gets an additional 150 attack and guaranteed crit. And for every key sphere obtained, he gets a chance of dodging 5%. So with 10 key spheres, he would have a guaranteed dodge. And he gets attack plus 10% and all allies 10% defense when attacking. That is pretty nice for every key sphere obtained. And he needs at least 5 key spheres to launch an additional super. The issue I see with this is that he himself is not making any orbs, and Frieza only makes orbs for him on the 1 turn that he's there. So, well, because like when we read Frieza's kit, yeah, he only does that once. So you'll get that like 1 turn with Gogeta where he'll look really good, but I think after that you're just kind of sitting on Frieza for the rest of the fight, because Gogeta just does not look that crazy. Unless you can have an orb changer that sets up like orbs for you, because it doesn't have to be like specific orbs. So if you have like an orb changer on the team that can set up orbs for him, then he can make use of this, but he just does not look that crazy, to be honest, right now. And for every 5 keys spheres, he gets an additional super test. If you get 10, he'll get 2. But outside of that, he has no additional built in, which is kind of crazy. Let's take a look at his SA mechanic now. We'll have to go to the next page for that. Okay. Let's take a look at his active skill. So when he pops active, he gets 540% attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage, 540% defense, and changes all key spheres attack. So yeah, you'll get some massive value out of his active turn as well. So his active and Frieza's active will both be very crazy. I think his active will be a little bit better because it is making your entire team get like 240% multiplicative defense, which is pretty nuts, and it's giving him guaranteed dodge in slot 1 as well. And he's also going to be multiplying that attack with this active. So it's like you're going to see they both have really good actives. I think you can't really go wrong with either one. Frieza just looks like the better base unit between the two. And then his 12 key is greatly raising attack and defense, and his 18 is massively raising attack and defense and raises ally defense by 50% for 1 turn. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Not bad at all. That is the Golden Frieza, and the Gogeta kit looks very good. We'll have to definitely see how it performs in use. In short content, I think they're going to be absolute menaces. I don't think they're going to really care about short content at all. It's only where it's kind of longer, where they're kind of going to fizzle out. Similarly to the LR trio that we got, that's kind of what it is. They fizzle out later on, so that's kind of what these guys are going to be doing too. But short content, they will absolutely tear through. Let's take a look at Vegeta now. Movie heroes gifted warriors. For his leader skill, doesn't really matter. He has key plus 150, high chance of evading, changes key spheres from physical to rainbow. When he's the first character at the start of the turn, he randomly changes key spheres tech and physical excluded to rainbow. When he's the second or third character, he randomly changes high chance of changing a key sphere. I mean, so you're basically always going to get this because you're always floating this guy, so he's always going to be the first attacker at the start of the turn because he's floating, so that you're always going to get the first one there. When attacking with 12 or more key, he gets 100% attack and defense. When he's the third attacker, he gets 200% attack and guaranteed additional super. When there's another movie heroes group boss's ally on the turn, he gets 30% DR, 150 attack and defense. Doesn't really matter there. And when all allies are movie heroes or movie bosses, he gets another 150 with 30% evasion. Pretty mid there, to be honest. Pretty mid. I don't think that's going to be very usable, to be honest. And then his SA just great. Oh, I mean, his SA does infinitely greatly raise defense. That could be pretty nice if he's like stacking enough. That could be pretty nice. His defense is really low though, so I don't see that being enough, but not the worst banner unit of all time, just not the greatest. I mean, he has high chances. You have the 70% No, not 70. 80% chance of dodging as well. So, and no, he's not the worst. He's not definitely not the worst. He doesn't support, which kind of sucks. He just makes orbs, which could be good for, you know, Gogeta. But again, not bad. Not a bad unit at all. Pretty solid. But I think the main thing is just that the Golden Frieza and the Gogeta look very insane, especially Golden Frieza. I think Golden Frieza is definitely the gem of that unit right there. But Gogeta also does look very good in his own right. Just a little bit situational because of the orb situation that he has going on. But with that being said, this is Bison signing out.